on the scoreboard.
Well, Peter Cameron bounces the ball. 7 points, Sydney lead by. Out of the centre goes Brad Tunbridge to the half-forward line. Thumped down by Free. Players race. Oh, look at the speed of Lawson. He's got it to the little fella, and from 40 metres. Oh, Lawson, what a magnificent individual effort for a great goal. Wow, that was sensational stuff. What a handy goal. 83 plays 70.
Well, it's a real team-lifting goal, that one from Jamie Lawson. The flash of the AFL as we see him here. Again in replay, Jamie Lawson, only a little bloke. Oh, gee, has he got some pace? And that's an enormous advantage at this level. Well, at any level of football, of course. And Jamie Lawson able to get onto that right foot.
Tunbridge wins in the middle, but it's chopped off by Smith of Richmond. His kick bounces through half forward. Kerr after it for the Swans. A vital first goal for the Swans. What a beauty by Lawson it was. And Kerr's kick goes out of bounds short of centre wing. So the margin 13 points with the Swans in front. Richmond has still had more scoring shots but have been accurate, kicking 9 goals 16. It's won by Turner in ruck. Higgins caught by Michael Mitchell. Aythorne gets the ball away. Kelly to half forward Markov. Oh, well done by Lewis to keep it going the Swans' way. Pope leads the race. Lawson beats him again. The sprinter in action. A beautiful football, and the pass in fact was too quick for Tui, who couldn't take the mark.
Well, I used to think Michael Mitchell was the quickest player in the league. I think I've changed my mind. Bernie?
I'm with you. He's an amazing turn of speed, this bloke. The other move, Jimmy West is playing at full back for Sydney, and Bernard Tui playing full forward.
So it's a throw-in. Cloak and Tunbridge. Cloak. Murphy, but couldn't take the mark. Waitman dragged to ground by Murphy when he didn't have it. And the ball out of play. And another throw-in.
Well, I think on that occasion it should have been a free kick to Waitman.
I thought he took possession and threw it out, in fact, Pete. I'm the other way. There's Warwick Kappa having a rest on the bench. He kicked 2 goals in that first quarter, but very quiet after that.
Yes, as you said, he just stopped leading, and that was it. He was letting them down up there. There's Lewis to Williams. Now Mark Aythorne. He goes short, and he's found Brad Tunbridge. Tunbridge at 55 metres. The short one is on. Oh, it's a bad kick over the back as Waitman. Waitman played a great third quarter. Oh, a loping hand pass to Markov, who was covered, but Waitman eventually gets it back. This is Des Ryan tunnel balling it. Still going on with it, but it's taken away by Bays. Now Ryan, good play. Waitman. Bays again. Breaks away in a daisy cutter to half forward. That was a great pass to David Murphy, who's kicked 4 goals. And apart from that, he's been relatively quiet, I felt, Bernie.
Yes, well, he's done his job, though. Look at that. That's a beautiful lead from Murphy. A fantastic pass also. With 4 goals, you can't complain about that, Pete. In a very tight match, it's not been a high-scoring game.
Well, 11 and 4 he's had. But 4 goals, that's the important thing. He's normally a great kicker. There's a high floater. Will it float in for a goal? Yes, it will. 5 goals to the wingman.
2 goals to nothing in this quarter for the Swans, and they lead by 19 points. Kerr gets the hand pass back to Cordy, who gets a kind bounce. Bays takes the mark at centre wing. Up to centre half forward. Murphy again. Bauer punches from behind. All Swans at ground level. Barry Mitchell back on. Long kick. Clears Cloak. Oh, didn't miss by a long way.
I think that would have buried Richmond if it had done a leg break, Bernie.
Yes, Mark Bays at centre half forward, and Warren McKenzie also has been moved. He's playing at centre half back for Sydney.
Hogg kicks in for the Tigers. Looking for Smith. Lewis is there with him. Smith, number 17. Gains a few metres, but there's Lawson, Olympic sprinter. Jamie Lawson, superb. Lewis, cornered near the boundary line, but gets clear. Higgins takes the mark. Thought about playing on with it, but goes back behind the mark. Kick by Higgins into no man's land and pretty wide, long way from goal there. Ball out.
David Cloak's had to chase that ball a few times to the open spaces.
Well, he's virtually played a loose man in defence. Gee, that's heavy bandaging on that right arm.
Cloak. Well, actually tapped that down, but it's gone straight to Stephen Wright. Richmond defenders. Well, it was Dale Waitman eventually who got the kick to the half-back line. Matthew Knights, Lambert, Craig Smith coming through centre. They badly need a couple of quick goals. Richmond, here's Smith, who's been in such good form in recent weeks. Kicks to the pocket. Over the back of the pack is Alistair Scott. Will he try and pick it up? He's still going on. That was good play to tap it to Gale. Gale looks for Smith. Now on to Tim Powell. Now Waitman. All Waitman caught. Gets in a hand pass. Back to Powell. The Swans working hard. Chasing these Richmond forwards. Here's Brendan Gale again. Kicks a high one to the half-forward line. Cordy at the back. Thump down to Nash. Chris Nash on the left foot for goal number 4. Can't bring it back. And only succeeds in putting it out of bounds on the full. Here's Andrew Underwood, who damaged ankle ligaments very early in the game.
He'll go back home tonight on crutches. Kicked by Carroll. Huge pack out here. Bit of height at the back for Richmond with Gale, but he couldn't take the mark and lost it backwards, out of bounds, back near centre wing actually. 90 plays 70. The Swans lead. Both teams have had 5 wins for the season, but the Swans can add a draw as well. Here's Powell. Lambert. Kick by Craig Lambert up to half forward. Gale. At ground level, Kerr. Pretty tough in the clinches. McKenzie. The two Mitchells are in there. Barry lost it to Michael. Eventually there's going to have to be a ball up.
Umpire Peter Cameron. 2 umpires been excellent. Hardly made a blue all day. Peter Cameron and Trevor Garrett, and that's helped make it a really good spectacle. 2 pretty even teams. Players racing after it again. This is Bannock. Now that looks like McKenzie. No, it's Tunbridge. The 2 lookalikes. He's been pinged for holding the ball.
Yeah, that's a tough one again.
It was a little bit tough. Now this is Scott Turner. He looks like he's going to the torpedo punt. Now let's see if he's an exponent of the torpedo. Well, he gets onto it, but he hooks it, and it might have rolled through for a behind off the hands. It did. They need goals, and they need them badly. Richmond 90 to 71, so 19 points the margin. The Swans, Jimmy West playing at full-back. 3 kicks and 5 handballs so far for the game.
Well outside the 50. Turner. Nash, who's had a good game, particularly the second half. Cordy got rid of his opponent well. Oh, beautiful play by Cordy. Out in front of Williams. Here comes Lambert. Williams beats him and Bauer. Great play, Greg Williams. On to Barry Mitchell. Steers the pass low to Tui, who marks 45 metres from goal.
Well, wonderful play again from Greg Williams away. He just fended off that tackle coming from Bauer, Brendan Bauer. Not a strong tackle. And Williams just fended him off with that arm. And here it is with Tui having a shot from 45.
Kick by Tui. Started at full back, now at full forward. That one away to the right and missed.
We just saw a nice little dust up behind the play by Tony Free and Stephen Wright. There's no love lost there. Those 2, they're tough nuts. And nothing serious, of course. And there's John Markop, recruited from Collingwood. Late inclusion in the side in place of Brian Lees. Markop to the half-back line. No mark to Aythorne. Oh, almost thrown out to right. Here's Aythorne. Oh, Matthew Knight should have grabbed him instead of bumping him. Kelly to the pocket. Cloak. Good mark by David Cloak. Off he goes. The short one is on to Bannock. Can he get there? He can. Now who's leading in the race? Out they come towards centre wing. That was Michael Pickering. Taken by the brilliant Williams. Lewis, danger here for Richmond because Mitchell's got it. Oh, well done by Nash. He gets in the hand pass though, and Steve Wright has had a free kick. Here's little Lawson. Lawson gets it to Warren McKenzie. McKenzie hooks it back at goal. Hits the post. So Swans looking the better side at the moment. 13-14 to 9-17, but plenty of time for Richmond. Hogg about to bring it back into play.
Just over 16 minutes to go. Richmond working it out of defence. Tony Free up short of centre wing. Might have been a push there to Gale. Taken by Lewis. Delivers the hand pass well to Cordy. A centering kick. Two he works to the front. Hogg spoils. Powell for Richmond. And free. Kicks it around the boundary line, gains a few metres, and we'll have a throw in just outside the 50. Well, the Swans looking the goods at the moment. But if Richmond can somehow deliver another withering burst like they delivered at the start of the third quarter, maybe it's not over yet. 15.5 minutes to go. Barry Mitchell to Lawson, who slipped the tackle. Greg Williams, beautiful. Didn't see the tackler Powell coming. It spills to Knights. Knights the hand pass away to Lambert. Not too sure what to do, so he had to wait. Hogg up from full back. Wide pass to Michael Mitchell in plenty of space. Now Richmond have got an open forward line. They want it long. Mitchell delivers it long. Scott at the back. They can't keep it in, and a throw in.
I need the next goal, Drew, if they're to have any chance. I think Richmond, not much happening.
Yes, I think if the Swans kick the next one, the Tigers will be in big trouble. But it is the forward pocket area for Richmond. Turner doing the ruck work. That was Athorn. The hand pass was allowed to roll over the line by Leon Higgins. 14.5 minutes of play left in this game. Tunbridge versus Turner. Turner won that one, but it will favour the Swans. Higgins to centre wing with a beautiful kick. Some pushing and shoving going on. Cloak working hard. Well done by David Cloak. Oh, good play, Bays. Oh, great play, Bays. Did he go over the line with it? Yes, he did, the boundary umpire said. So it'll be a throw-in on centre wing. 92-71. Now let's have a look at it if it did go over the line. Oh, it's a bit hard to tell. It didn't look like it, but still the boundary umpire's in the right position.
Naish, little throw out. Got away with that. Michael Pickering hurdles an opponent to get to the contest. Lambert keeps it in. 20-metre hand pass. Higgins back there for the Swans. Oh. Walks it over the line. Under 14 minutes to go. Well, Richmond would need 4 goals to nothing to win. They've kicked just 9 for the game. So it looks like the Swans at this stage. Richmond moving forward. Free kick to Carroll. No. Naish again to Lambert. He gets clear to Waitman just inside the boundary line. A centering kick. Mitchell. Well, they got something out of nothing there.
That's experience for you from Dale Waitman. He realised he was in a lot of trouble and just went for that centering kick, just hoping that there was someone there, and it ended up with Michael Mitchell.
He's kicked 1 goal and 15 possessions for Michael Mitchell in his comeback game, which is not a bad day's work considering he had about a quarter on the bench.
That's right, he made a difference to them when he came on too.
Just about right in front and 25 metres from goal. Oh, that's not a certainty. He's missed it. Well, definitely needed that. Look at Neville.
So it'll be a throw-in about 30 metres around from the Swans' goal. Cloak hits it back into play. That mightn't be good play because Kelly hooks at goal and misses, but I don't know.
No, that was dangerous, wasn't it? Wasn't it a defensive knock by Cloak?
But maybe they have to attack. Maybe that was David Cloak's thinking that at this stage of the game they've got to get it going down that centre corridor. There's Hogg. I'm a bit surprised he hasn't had it stint at full forward today. Hogg to centre half back. Oh, the Flyers are there. Here's Brendan Bauer coming through the centre and onto the left foot, brings it to the half forward line.
Gale, Mitchell's there at the back. He's got it, Michael Mitchell. Beats Higgins. Waitman right in front. 35 metres out, Dale Waitman. A goal!
Dale Waitman, they trail now by only 15 points, the Tigers, so breathes a little bit of life into it. They have to get the next goal. Here's Anthony Bannock. Oh, well done to get it to centre wing, but it's taken away by Higgins. Leon Higgins with the long kick. Jeff Hogg read it well and takes the mark. He's got loose men everywhere, Hogg. This is Michael Pickering's had a very quiet game. Now he tries to get back into the fray. Bauer, a clever hand pass. Craig Smith to the half-forward line. Powell's got a few to beat. Over the back, Alistair Scott. Good play. Tim Powell again. Still going, Tim Powell. His players charging on top of him. Dennis Carroll. Pickering. Punched away. It's a loose ball. Who's going to end up with it? Craig Smith has it kicked away by Stephen Wright. Right in after it on centre wing, and it's socket over the line by Andy Goodwin.
Never happy, Stevie Wright. He's always having a blue or something.
Andy Goodwin not happy with Stevie Wright either.
Throw in, centre wing. Cloak palms it down. Pickering back to Lambert. A little bit of a fumble, but Lambert comes up with it. Gives it away to Wright. Might have been taken high.
He could have got it both ways, Drew. I thought the first one was a bit high on Stevie Wright. Best and fairest winner for the Swans last year, 1990.
10 minutes remaining in the game. 15 points the margin. The Swans in front. The kick by Wright, the half forward. Tui, good mark. Well, he's a fullback who's gone to full forward and has given something. I wonder whether Hogg might have been able to do the same for Richmond. Tui, I think too far out to score. Short pass, Barry Mitchell. Thought we might have seen the last of him, but he's come back in this last quarter and done plenty.
And he shoves Jeff Hogg back on the mark. Hogg shouldn't have had to chase Mitchell.
Too far out to kick a goal, though, Barry Mitchell.
He might look for the short one. See if someone leads to that space around centre forward. Not much. Oh, he wants to handball because he's got a crook knee. There's the kick by Bernard Tui up in front of goal. Thumped down by Cloak. And a 30-metre punch puts it over the line. Time running out for the Tigers. It's just over 9 minutes. And they trail by 15 points.
Cloak wins this tap. Taken by Kelly. And went to ground. Here's Lawson. Sensational goal earlier this quarter. Williams beats one, beats two. Goes over his head. Barry Mitchell to Cordy, but the kick drops short. Turner takes it to Richmond. Quickly trying to play on. They need to do things quickly, Richmond. Powell goes out with it.
I think he dived for the boundary line at the end there. I think he was in a bit of strife.
Cloak and Tunbridge.
Oh,
Tunbridge gets one right to the jaw. Bannock, who was injured a moment ago, didn't look too good. That's a beautiful little pass out to Smith. Craig Smith. Nobody coming from the front. Lewis gave a good chase from behind. Long kick. Rovers wanted for Richmond. Mitchell's there. Oh, Mackenzie. That ball's just gone out, so we'll have a throw-in.
They must get a goal now.
It's amazing, getting back to that boundary throw-in, Pete. How many silly free kicks do you see paid to a ruckman in a boundary throw-in, and yet Tunbridge is whacked across the head, nothing given.
No. Well, here's Mitchell kicking a goal and puts it out of bounds. It's 13-15 to 10-18. The time clock ticks down. 12-6 Mitchell. Good effort. Here's Turner trying to grab it out of the ruck. Naish.
He's been a little terrier, hasn't he?
That was terrific by Mitchell too. He tackled Turner and then he tackled Naish.
Well, he is recognised, of course, one of the best tacklers in the competition. There's Barry Mitchell, obviously playing with discomfort. There's Gale. Oh, good tap out that was by Tunbridge to Mitchell. Here's Cloak. Oh, good mark. Experienced David Cloak. He's got to get it moving on quickly. Oh, he's hooked it straight to half forward. Not a good kick, David Cloak. He's kicked it straight to Lewis.
That was a shocker by Cloakey. Lewis goes towards the outer wing. Gale had no hope of spoiling Mackenzie. Slides out the hand pass to Aythorne. Full back to full forward in a trice, the Swans. Chance for Tui. It bounces their way, but is taken by Bauer, and plenty of Tigers back there in defence. Cloak Lambert. Time running out though. 6 3/4 minutes left. They need 3 goals, Richmond. Knights takes the mark and a biff round the ear. He wants to go on with it. He slips the tackle of Lewis. The kick by Knights covers distance. Scott is there. Can't take the mark. Naish. It goes through for a behind.
Leon Higgins, very quick to get back in support there and run that one through for a rush behind to Richmond.
Jim West to the half-back line. Cloak should mark this. He had his name written all over. He's crying his heart out, David Cloak, in these dying minutes. Just over 6 minutes. There's time, if they're good enough. They need someone to take a mark here. A shocking kick by Lambert. An absolute shocker. Barry Mitchell, and the forwards had no hope on that occasion. There's a short pass to Williams, and this might cost them a goal because Bayes has got it. One bounce, 45 metres. Mark Bayes shoots in towards goal and puts it through.
3 goals to 1 in this last quarter, and the margin is now 20 points. Richmond's bad kicking has cost them all day, and once again in this last term. Carroll, he'll celebrate his 200th tonight with a victory. Williams, up to full forward, too long for Tui. Hogg, here goes Cloak, still giving his all. Goodwin to Free. Tony Free straight up the centre. To centre half forward, well, Nation. Unbelievable against Mackenzie.
Well, probably one of the smallest men up against one of the biggest men. Naish just holds him off with it, puts that left arm out and miraculously pulls it in with the right.
I was just about to say no hope. I thought he was no hope.
Well, if he kicks this, they've still got time, haven't they?
5 minutes remaining. Chris Naish. Yes, he has kicked it. And that's 4.
Yeah, I suppose some sort of hope, Macca, but gee, it's going to be tough from there. 14 points down. Chris Naish has kicked 4 goals, 1 and 1 out of bounds on the full. He's had a good season. Now 35 goals for the year, but here's that mark again. A great one-hander, just holding Mackenzie out. And a shot at goal from about 45 metres out. But I think it's still going to be very tough for Richmond to come back from there.
Yes, I wouldn't want to have my money on Richmond at this stage, but stranger things have happened. Centre bounce, very, very important here. Richmond have to get it out. But there's the little Indian rubber man. There he is with the hand pass. Jamie Lawson to Cordy, and the Swans go forward through Neil Cordy. To full forward at the back, David Cloak. He's doing work at both ends of the ground at the moment. Now he's going short to Lambert. Let's hope Lambert kicks better this time. The extra hand pass. That was Free. Getting it to Bauer. Tim Powell kicks forward. Oh, high flutter. Gale sets himself for the mark. Can't do so. Craig Smith races in after it. Kerr for the Swans. Soccers it off the ground as the time clock ticks down to the 4-minute mark. 4 minutes to go. Final quarter.
And Richmond need 3 goals to win. 14 points the difference. Tunbridge 1. Lambert, well done. Wide to Mitchell. Running out of room. Great play, Michael Mitchell. Naish taken over the line by Carroll. An important tackle by Dennis Carroll.
He's been steady in this final term. Moved down to the back line. Of course, he played a lot of his career at centre-half back, Dennis Carroll.
Tunbridge against Turner. Comes to Williams. Turner gets him. Mitchell gets the hand pass through to Naish. Over the top to Powell. Carroll's there again to apply the tackle and taps the ball back to Mitchell. And Barry Mitchell's still getting kicks even though he's only on one leg. Here's Higgins. Williams, high tackle. And Greg Williams will take the free kick and use up a bit of time.
And he's the hero up here, and rightly so. Widely regarded as the best footballer. Look at that. 12 and 26. 38 possessions, Greg Williams. Another sensational performance. And Dennis Carroll, as you said, Bernie, setting example here. Stephen Wright to Carroll. The loose man has been, well done by West. Kappa's back on the ground. Did he push out? Kappa again. Kicks. That was a push out.
Push out and a 50-metre penalty.
Yes.
He's done that. He's persisted in playing from behind all day, Warwick Kappa. Here we see it again. There's a little shove.
Well,
and Warwick Kappa just turned around and put it through, so 50-metre penalty applied.
Markov ran up and quickly took it. Up to half forward now. Tunbridge. Waitman. Dishes it out to Free. Left footer up to full forward. Dropping a bit short. Oh, Kerr casually with one hand. Comes to Naish. Hurried snap. Michael Pickering the only chance for the Tigers. Knocks it down. Carroll doing well again. Beautiful. To Kelly. And the Swans are safe with 2¼ minutes to go. Stevie Wright up to centre wing. Bannock marks. Into Waitman. The kick by Waitman to centre half forward. Oh, top mark. Now there's Naish again. Well, the Sydney Swans fans didn't like it. Naish has got cramp. In fact, he's probably tired of kicking the ball. He's kicked 4 goals, mate.
I don't think he in fact held that either, Drew. Very quick with the whistle, the umpire on that occasion. Naish, a couple of grabs at it, but certainly didn't control it with only 1 3/4 minutes left on the clock, Pete.
Well, he's had 21 kicks, Chris Naish, and he's kicked 4 goals. A little rover from Wangaratta, and the time clock is still ticking down. This would take him on to 91. They'd only be 8 points behind if he kicks this. Oh, it's a wobbly one. Sneaks in for a goal, or does it? No. It is 1 behind. They needed it. They still had a glimmer of hope if he could have kicked that, but 11-20 tells the tale. 11-20 to 14-15.
They've had 2 more scoring shots and are going to lose by a couple of goals. Going Richmond's way. Naish on the 50. 30 possessions, a centering kick. Dennis Carroll.
Great last quarter, Carroll. Tremendous last quarter in his 200th game. Very, very steady and slowing it down. We're under a minute now, so the Swans have the game well and truly won. Here's Kerr from half-back, brings it out towards centre wing. Lewis is the flyer from behind. Oh, Pickering went without it. Here's Tunbridge, tapped out of his hands. Socked away by Mark Bayes. And he couldn't have done it. Wally Lewis wouldn't have done better than that as he bounced it over the line.
Well, they've had a good 3 weeks, the Sydney Swans. A bit unlucky to lose to Hawthorn here a fortnight ago, and that thrilling last kick win in Adelaide last week. Here you go, Richmond. They might get a consolation goal at the end. Lambert, long kick to full forward, down in the pocket. Comes to the back. Naish is coming in for number 5 and kicks it. Went through with 8 seconds left on the clock.
It's good roving there by Chris Naish as we count down. As soon as the ball is bounced in the centre, the siren will go, so it's been a good win by Sydney. There it is over the back again, and Chris Naish, 5 goals, 2, and 1 out of bounds. And he's done his job on that forward line.
Well, these teams have been used to close ones in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and here's another one. The Swans have the points. They've won by 7. 14-15-99 to 12-20-92. Greg Williams with about 40 possessions, having missed last week through injury, came back to inspire the Swans today in the centre. And Jamie Lawson nearly left scorch marks on the grass here at the SCG. Was that quick? He was superb.
He's a real little goer, isn't he, Jamie Lawson? Well, it's good to see those little quick blokes in the game too. It's not always size, is it, Pete?
No.
The little blokes such as Lawson.
Exciting to watch.
And Michael Mitchell, not over tall, either of them, but there's Cole Kinnear. He doesn't look all that happy, probably washed out after that one. A little bit close for comfort in the end. And the Tigers gave away their chances. There's
look at the eye on Andy Goodwin.
Andy Goodwin. He copped a knee from Dale Lewis when he dived for the ball, an accidental one. Now there's Greg Williams, who fittingly had the last handball of the match, but